up. All right. We teased this yesterday, and it's something that Seth Wickersham and Kay Adams had talked about during the weekend when Kay Adams was out at Rookie Stuff, and a couple of other media members were there as well. But we all know that Sean had his eyes on Patrick Mahomes, and they were sitting at 11 at that time, right?
Yeah.
Andy Reid and the Chiefs moved all the way up to number 10 from in the 20s to go get Patrick Mahomes and just swept the rug right underneath the feet of Sean Payton. And that's chapped his you-know-what for several years, as you can imagine. You had your eye on Patrick Mahomes, who's turned out to be, one of the greater quarterbacks of all time already, and Andy Reid gets right in front of you to steal him. So Seth Wickersham talking a little bit with Kay Adams and kind of just asking, like, hey, what led to Sean finding Bo and falling in love with Bo?
What is a quality of Bo's that stuck out to you and sort of made him such a good match, maybe for the NFL and for really Sean Payton specifically in the Broncos?
Well, what I get into with Bo Nix is I have a lot of interesting insidery detail about the scouting process that led Sean Payton to want him. And it touches on a lot of things from, I don't want to give away too much at the moment, but like it touches on a lot of things from like analytics and Moneyball in the NFL to personality type. And I think that losing out on Patrick Mahomes was something that haunted Sean Payton. You know Sean very well. I mean, that has haunted Sean Payton's career, that he had his eye on Mahomes and that the Chiefs traded up right before he was due to pick him and got him. And I think that the scars from that led to him creating a system to evaluate quarterbacks that led to Bo Nix.
All right, so we just talked about it. The miss on Patrick Mahomes just ate him up internally. And then he says it there, led to the system that led him to draft Bo Nix. What could that system be, Cecil?
Yeah, I believe
like an Excel spreadsheet here? Or?
Exactly. I believe I can have a hint of what the system is, but this is just a guess based on what Sean Payton did. Bo Nix was seen by some incorrectly, and boy, the hamstrings that are getting pulled in Denver sports radio of tubby guys maybe backpedaling on their Bo Nix opinion.
They need all the exercise they can get.
They're very true. It's been outstanding. But the wrong-headed takes on Bo Nix where he's just a short he's like a screen merchant. Right? Oh, all he does, he just does these screen passes. And he just throwing short. That's all he does. I mean, the guy doesn't even read the defense. He just throws short and he can't throw downfield and his arm's not blah, blah, blah. That is something that Sean Payton has talked about. So I believe the system is merely this. Because college football is a different game. It's almost a different planet.
It is.
From NFL football. So what Sean Payton did, in my opinion, and he's talked about what he did. So he did do this, but I think this is part of the system. Just a guess. Take out all the screens. Show me the film of him making decisions and throwing past the sticks. Show me the film and show me the decisions he made throwing 5 yards or more, 10 yards or more, 15 yards or more. You know he's one of the best college quarterbacks to throw 15-plus yards in the history of college football. That is Bo Nix. So whereas in his final year, he had 500, whatever the number. Bo Nix's final year's passing attempts. 5-something, right? I do know that about 180 of those were screen passes. So you still had 300 to look at and to say, okay, where are these at now? Break them down to 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. The numbers will get smaller because your attempts down the field will get smaller. But you had 180 throws that you took out because you don't need to see that. College football guys usually athlete themselves open. They're not running open. A lot of the times there's one route that changes per play. That's it. So as a defense, you're going to be covering the same route concepts, except one guy's going to change his route, and that's the guy you're going to throw to because, oh, my God, he changed his route. So college football is very basic, very elementary. But you take out that screen game, and now just look at him going through progressions. Look at him having a first guy covered. So I think the system is similar to what you would do with Mahomes, because when Mahomes came out, full disclosure, Deshaun Watson was my number one quarterback. Okay. And I thought he was special as a passer because he is. He's just perhaps a
really gross,
turd human being.
Yeah.
Well, the judge that convicted him called him a monster. So, I'm not going too far to say that.
I'll echo that statement.
Pat Mahomes was my number 2 quarterback that year. I had a first-round grade on him, but I said He's the best Texas Tech quarterback I've ever seen. I don't know what that means. Because Cliff Kingsbury threw for 5,000 yards, and B.J. Simmons threw for 5,000 yards, and Graham Harrell threw for 1,000,000 yards. Like, I don't, it's the system.
Did Case Keenum go to Houston?
No, he went to University of Houston, not Texas Tech.
Oh, not Texas
Yeah,
Tech.
yeah. So, but it's air raid, similar, kind of like Andre Ware back in the day.
Mhm.
But like for me, Sean Payton had the capability with Pat Mahomes to take away all the short stuff. When's he making decisions? And you saw him do the Favre stuff.
Yeah.
He did Favre stuff in college. He didn't win as much as Texas Tech would make you think he won with the Red Raiders.
Doing that Favre stuff too.
Exactly, because Favre didn't even know what a nickel defense was. He's like, I don't know, throw it up there, Mississippi. So if you take out the screen passes, if you take out the short passes for Bo Nix, you saw a special passer. You saw a guy that could attack downfield. You saw a guy that would read defenses quickly, make the right decision, had great accuracy down the field because accuracy numbers are inflated by those damn screen passes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think your theory is spot on because I don't know the exact date that it happened, but it was in this pre-draft process a year ago when he's talking about Bo Nix. And this is after the draft because he's holding the cards close to his chest. But after the draft, he said, I'm paraphrasing here, take out all those screens. Take out all those checkdowns. He's still a top 5 quarterback of the 6 that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you take out all of that stuff. Now, what would it be if you took out all that stuff for Caleb, for Drake, for Michael, for JJ?
Right.
What would it look like then? And Sean relied upon those numbers, kept them very close to the chest so that no one else would know it. And we've obviously seen the results from that. So I know it's your theory, but I think you're freaking spot on this theory.
It's got to be pretty close because what else could you do? Right?
Well, that nobody else kind of has.
The RAS score is the RAS score. The 40 times the 40 time. The vertical's the vertical. Your miles per hour on the radar gun. Like it used to be like no quarterbacks had success with 55 miles an hour or less. Dak Prescott's had plenty of success. And I think it was right at like 54, something like that. So for me, it has to be that way of looking at film and looking at the decisions that were made when the first read was taken away.
All right. I love it. I love it. We'll revisit some of that conversation and talk about now what this system can do for Bo moving forward and how much Bo's next step looks, or how big Bo's next step will be this coming season. Hey, real quick, I got to give a shout out to my sister Kara. It's her birthday today, Cease, and she's my little sister. That's always been like my big little sister because she's smarter than me. She's more mature than me. She's more financially responsible than me.
Okay.
She's had a real job like her whole life, and wasn't trying to be a professional skateboarder in their 20s. And it's her birthday today. She's a great mother. She's a great human being.
Yeah.
And I look up to my little sister, which is weird to say. But I really do. And a happy birthday to my sister, Kara.
Nice.
And her great son, Emerson. That's my nephew that I always talk about
fantastic,
around here.
fantastic.
So, yeah, happy birthday. We're going to dinner later. Margaritas and tacos coming up later tonight. So,
nice.
happy birthday, Kara. Keep crushing life out there the way that you do. All right, let's talk about more Nuggets trade. We had a 3-team trade proposal that Cecil and I both liked on Tuesday's show. We'll tell you what that was, but now I have another trade that ships Jamal back home. Would we be down for the deal? That's coming up next.